to my scrapping space. I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin. And today I'm inviting you into my space to play with the beautiful color called Summer Splash, which is part of my In Color Club. What do you say we get my face out of the way and we start creating? This month in my In Color Club, we are focusing on Summer Splash, which is a great color to play with in June. In Color Club started last month, and each month through the 5 new colors of In Color, my club members will receive a variety of crafting products in the color of the month, plus 2 cards I designed for them and the pieces so they can put that card together. And this is one of the cards. I'm using with it that wonderful paper pack called Unbounded Beauty. It's from that suite. And of course, all the supplies, directions, measurements are on my blog below. Let's make this card. This is Summer Splash. There's 2 greens that are new in colors. One is Shy Shamrock and one is Summer Splash. And when you get them together, you have no doubt which is which. This is more of a soft summer. It would remind you a little bit of Coastal Cabana, whereas the other color, which we'll get to later this year in our color club, is all in all green, so we know that. We're going to first put our card front together. And if you noticed, it's kind of a different tilt. Now, if you're not someone who wants things to be kind of tilted, you could make the card with this straight on. It would just be in the center. Doesn't that look great together? But I added a white piece underneath because I felt like sometimes when you have a pretty print that's so close to the color of your card base, it might get lost. There's a lot of texture in here anyway, but let's add some more. So first, we're going, ooh, isn't that pretty? That is Peach Pie, and that's a color that's coming up in Color Club also. We're going to attach this and emboss. And because I'm embossing, I want to kind of avoid my favorite multi-purpose glue because embossing is going to put so much pressure on here that the glue is going to come out. So emboss next. And we're going to use Dashing Designs. It's a new embossing folder. It uses plates 1 and 4. It's one of our 3D folders, which is a thicker one. It's going to give a great impression. Our cut and emboss machine will work better if it's on the straight surface. So I'm going to move my glass plate out of the way and bring this over. There we go. And again, we need just plates 1 and 4. Do you ever run out of room on your table? Yeah, let's just get this out of the way here so that you can see what I'm doing. Now, usually I'm glad my camera doesn't show much because honestly, my table's a mess. But today we need just a touch more space. Plate 1. We're going to take that card front that we just put together and we're going to emboss it. Like seriously, people. Oh, it's right here where I moved away. Sorry. Been that kind of day. I'm going to put it in my embossing folder so that I like to use that line that Stampin' Up! Gives me. It's there for a reason. I'm going to use the Stampin' Up! Logo on top. I'm going to make sure the fold is going first, but the most important thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure there's a plate on top. That protects my embossing folder, my project, and my machine. Because this calls for plate 4, this is the one I'm grabbing. There we go. And just like that, we're ready to go. And while this paper had a lot of texture, it has even more with that. So quick and easy to do with the embossing folder. I will tell you this, with the 3D embossing folders, they apply a lot of pressure. And so I often attach a print paper to a cardstock just to make that print paper have a little stronger so that it doesn't rip as it goes through. Okay, let's make a card. And again, This month we're working with Summer Splash. So this is going to get attached to here. This is now embossed, and it's pretty thick embossing. So we're going to grab that multi-purpose glue. I love using, and like you just saw me use, a tape runner. It's quick, it doesn't make a mess, but with this level of embossing, sometimes that tape runner just wants to float on the top. And I have a little bit trying to get away here. We're going to move it to the inside of the card. There we go. And I'm pretty generous when I have a heavily embossed piece like this. Now there's not an up or a down, so it doesn't matter where I'm going to put it. I'm just going to try to get somewhat centered. There we go. Here's this little piece. And like I said, if you're not someone who likes something at an angle, you could do it just like this. I'm going to show you how I kind of lined it up though, if you're someone who wants to do an angle. Start with this corner and just get it to kind of fit in there like that. Just a slight angle. I'm going to use dimensionals and pop it up because nothing I'm adding to the top is that thick. So just like that. Ooh, some more Summer Splash. That's the print we used on the other card we did this month, which will also be on my blog. I really like this color though. Each ink color I play with I seem to really like. There we go. And there's not really a direction to the print, so you're okay kind of laying it whichever way you want. And you can have it angle whichever way you want. On the first card, when I set this up, I had it going the other way, but this feels a little better for me. Okay, now that's lovely, but what is really the star of the show are these labels, and they are from Unbounded Love. And when you cut, you're going to cut the label twice actually, because you're going to cut it once in white, I've already stamped it, and once in Summer Splash. The Summer Splash one, I put adhesive on the back before I ran it through because these are really tiny lines to get some way to attach it. So I'm going to carefully pull this back, and notice how all the pieces haven't come out yet. When I pull it back, many of them will. So very gently. See how some of them are coming? And the ones that don't want to come, you can kind of catch. Look at that. Get this stuff out of the way. Now, you can kind of decide at an angle, do you want the label to also go at an angle? Which I think I'm going to. I tried to do it straight on this one. Let's on this one follow. So when I'm going at an angle, the bottom line of here is going to be parallel or follow that line there. There we go. My sentiment for the front and the inside came with the stamp set that coordinates with this, which is a bundle, and in June of 2024 those bundles are an additional 10% off. I'm going to glue that in here. I don't have adhesive on here. This is easy to attach. And I'm going to put glue, and it's going to fit right in there. You don't need a lot. There we go. Just like that. Then I have the beautiful In Color Shimmer Gems. The darker green is the Shy Shamrock. This is our Summer Splash. And you always hear me talk about 3 odd numbers, right? So when I'm putting them here, which they so match the paper they could get lost, I'm looking for some white spots or some spots where they're going to pop, like against that pink. And now I'm chasing it across my, there we go, like so. And then I got that done and felt like I had too much white space here. So I'm going to add 2 more. 3 plus 2 is 5, which is still an odd number. But you know what, at this point, it's your card. You can do it however you want. I'm pushing that back down because it isn't laying down because I realized I didn't put glue there. So I'll show you what we can do to fix that. There we go. All right. So when I put, this is a tip for you when you use this. When I put this down, I didn't make sure there was glue in the corner and now it wants to pop up. I'm not going to try to get some glue under there. Some of you might be good at that. I am not good at that. So I am instead going to grab a glue dot and let that do my work. Because I can put this glue dot down first, like so, then push this down and look at it. Tell the label who's boss. So there's the front of our card. For the inside of the card, also a sentiment from Unbounded Beauty. I have "May your wishes come true" and a scrap of the paper from the front of the card. And you could use either one, whatever you have more of. We're going to put just a touch of glue along there. Like so. We're going to let that dry because you know we're not done gluing, don't you? Beautiful card. Naked envelope? I don't think so. So we'll fold back the flap. And this strip is 2 1/4 by 6, but again, all the numbers will be on my blog. There we go. That's going to go right there. All right, let's do a little trimming. Then we'll trim the envelope flap. And you are almost done with this beautiful Summer Splash birthday card. Now, of course, you could change the sentiment to whatever you want it to be. Scraps of paper everywhere. And then we're going to attach this to the inside. Looking for a tape runner, folks. Here we go. And by putting just a touch of that paper at the top, look what it does for your card insert. Kind of makes it come alive, doesn't it? So this is one of the In Color clubs for Summer Splash. Both of the cards are on my blog. scrappingwithjoy.com. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it more than you know. Until next time, take care and keep crafting. It's good for you.